Hey guys, Tim here. I've got something really weird for you today. My friend James sent me a VOD review. He said I can't pre-watch it, and he said just watch it, see how things go. It's Control Singularity versus Marlynn. Uh, I'm excited. So we're going to be along for the ride together, so get excited as well. If you have VODs that you want me to review, I have a business email that you can find in the description, as well as you can just message me on Discord and be like, hey, I've got a VOD for you to review, whatever. um, anyway, if you enjoy this content, it's the kind of content I enjoy making. So I hope you'll subscribe. We're going to keep making a lot more of it. So with that, we'll just get straight into the game. Yeah, so uh, the basic flow of what I want to do here is I'm going to talk about what I would do for the turn. We're going to watch together what James does for the turn, and we'll analyze the result and we'll see what happens. I'm excited. I've recently changed the sideboard option for Marlin from Quicken to be Control. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this first hand. We'll pop it out here. This is the new look for the pause screen. I hope it's a little bit easier to read as well. So this first hand is kind of mid, if I'm being honest. We are on control, so we're happy to see that Scrap Hopper. We definitely don't want to block with Scrap Hopper this turn because the deck isn't running that many scraps. And so um, really, there's nothing productive that this hand does. Maybe we could throw away a Ripple Away to deny a gold, but other than that, uh, depending on what Marlin does, I would want to fully cycle into the Teklo hero power. I'd want to cycle Fabricate, Terminator Tank, Ripple Away, and then Arsenal. Well, it's turn one. Cycle the Fabricate, Terminator Tank, Ripple Away into the hero power, and Arsenal the Scrap Hopper is what I would do. So let's go ahead and look. Marlin versus Teklo is such an interesting matchup. She's she kind of has like a silver bullet for Teklo in a way because Overpower just really. Oh, let's go and look at what James did real quick. So what James did is he cycled Terminator Tank and Scrap Hopper. He really values the Ripple Away here, and he's going to Arsenal the Fabricate, keep the Ripple Away, and just IP himself a little bit. It's a little different than what I do. We're not going to get value out of Fabricate for a long time in this matchup. I would have cycled that one, but let's see if it ends up mattering. Yeah, so Marlin is kind of like a silver bullet for Teklo because she's sending these huge overpower arrows that are really hard to block because it targets action cards. A Teklo deck, if you didn't know, is like 90% action cards. Let's get back into the game. So it looks like his IP was successful right away. Portside Exchange was set to make a gold for him, and now it won't. Which, congratulations. Good job, James. You outsmarted me. Yeah, and this next hand, he probably wants to convert this Command and Conquer. So a King Kraken Harpoon, it's not overpower. Yeah, he'll probably block 3 on it, take 3. And then because it wasn't buffed with the cannon, he doesn't get the choice of what card he gets to take. So we get to keep both of our cards here. Yep, we're going to show you we have another Ripple Away. Yeah. And then what I would do with this next hand is CNC Ripple Away, or CNC pitch the Ripple Away, but maybe he is valuing the, no? Yeah. So a way to win Marlin is just keep her off of gold, keep her off of harpoons in Arsenal. CNC is a really killer card in this matchup for that reason. She could block 6 from hand here, but it's unlikely that she will. Yeah, okay, so she blocks 6 from hand here. That's fine. Honestly, it's just as good as if we had destroyed the arrow, in my opinion, because she's not going to be able to convert a huge arrow this next turn. If she converts an arrow, it's going to be very underwhelming. Ooh, what a weird hand that we just drew. Yeah, we see a king shark harpoon. Scary. Good thing that he's not going to be able to do anything meaningful with it, really. I mean, if he had 2 blue cards, he could do harpoon king shark. All right. Yeah. And this one steals attack actions from our hand. It has overpower. Uh, Unfortunate, because we would have really. I don't know. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so let's analyze this one real quick. Let me scoot back in the file real quick. Okay. So we began this turn with Steel Street Enforcement, which blocks for 1. LCM, 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 yellows. Kind of a terrible hand, if I'm being honest with you. And sometimes these things will just happen. Ideally, you would block with this hand, but what James is doing here, because we saw in the game here that Marlynn got lucky. She had 2 blues here, so she was able to convert the cannon as well as play the King Shark Harpoon, which is going to take a card out of our hand as well as make a gold. So what James is doing here, by doing this play, he's actually completely denying her ability to make gold off of this. So because it has overpower being the little stomping emoji right there, because it has overpower, we can only block with 1 action card. So 3 of these cards are actions. The last one only blocks for 1 right now. So I think what I might do, and I'm trying to think through it. So we want to deny gold here, which means we want to pitch into Teklo hero power. So James, I think, kind of makes the right decision here. If you see what he does, he actually blocks for 1, which is very low value. And then he actually pitches away the other 2 cards here. The reason why he pitches away the other 2 cards is we want to deny the gold. Super smart. I wouldn't have seen this play. So I want to say, James, this was an awesome play. I was thinking, like, is there a way that we can save our Steel Street here? No, because you can't overpitch for the Teklo hero power. So, and our gun isn't active, our arsenal doesn't do anything. I would say this was a heads up play. It denies gold. Gold gets Marlynn online. She won't start her next turn with an arrow in arsenal anymore. So I would say that was a really heads up play. Let's go ahead and start again. Yeah, King Shark Harpoon sees nothing, makes no gold. Maybe Marlynn should have tapped gold baited hook. It's hard to say. I think it was unlikely that we would have been able to block that hand. But maybe she doesn't know that. Maybe she knows that we wanted to be on D-reacts. So hard to say. She's trying to high roll here by pitching into the quiver. And she does high roll. She does get a harpoon. Pretty lucky, if I have to be honest with you. She wants to take tempo and keep tempo. Let's go ahead and look at this next hand real quick. Try and predict what James is going to do. Our first Evo. And we're on what, turn 3? Our first Evo is our leg piece, and we don't have the ability to cast it, which is unfortunate. A weird thing that this hand does is it perfectly blocks an arrow. Oh, sorry, no it doesn't. We can block 3 from Terminator Tank, 2 from Pummel, so 5, 4 from Sink Below, 9. We can block 9, and we could potentially pitch away the leg piece. It depends what James would want to do here, but I would want to block with this leg piece because we have that. Or, we could do is we could use the fabricate, cycle away the leg piece, draw a card. I'm kind of interested to see what he does. This is such an interesting game already, and it's only been 3 turns. We could also Sink Below, fish for a better card. The Yellowfin isn't going to grab any cards from our hand, so there's no risk of her making gold. What does premeditate do again? It's one of the better ones. I remember that. I think he makes the ponder, if I recall. All right, Yellowfin Harpoon. We've kind of talked about what we want to do. We want to try and block as much as possible here. Although she has an activated Harpoon, we're not really concerned. You know what we could do is, let me try and predict what James does here, is sink below just to value block into sinking the Terminator tank, fishing for a blue, and trying to be able to cast our leg piece on our turn. Or he might convert this fabricate, banish, banish the leg piece, and then if the banish misses, like if the draw effect draws a red or a yellow or something, then sink below. So let's see what he does. So interesting. So many different ways you can play this hero. Oh wait, it does create a ponder. Go ahead and look at that real quick with me. That is the ponder token one. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, so he got lucky. I don't know if you saw that. So now he could fabricate away the leg piece and gamble again. If he gambles again, I actually think it is the best possible play here. After the hit effect, so wait until the hit effect happens, fabricate away the leg piece, draw a card, and then if you draw blue, it guarantees access to 2 of your Evo pieces. Now, you are wasting one of your potential only outs against an arrow, so maybe I wouldn't do that. Let's go ahead and see what happens here. I would say probably don't do it, but James is going to do it. That's totally fine. He's trying to high roll here. If he gets a blue off of this, sick. Sick. Better player is what I would say to that one. Because look, he has access to 2 Evos now. The next time that he wants to cast an Evo, he'll only need 2 cards in hand, which is huge. Yeah, go ahead and look at our hand. You're going to see nothing. Yeah, here's our leg piece that you're going to see me cast. Yeah. Cool. I mean, that was awesome. Hopefully James sees the cast leg piece, leave the chest in Arsenal, or in, no, or in Banish. That's okay. So the reason why we wanted to do it the other way, and let me back up just a little bit. The reason why we wanted to do it the other way here, you can see the example here, but let me back up just a little bit more. Oop. Oh, there we go. So if we do leg piece, so Evo Steel Soul Tower, play it out, pitch away Terminator tank, leg piece, it guarantees that the next time that we see a red and a blue in a hand, we can cast our chess piece. So that's why I would have done it differently. Him putting the leg piece into Arsenal is a little bit worse because it could potentially get disrupted by CNC, by CNC, the boat one. There's just an inertia token would be a disaster, right? I think inertia is the one that shuffles your arsenal back into your deck. I would have left the chess piece comfortably in banish there and played out the leg piece. So let's go ahead and get back into it. Very cool though. Oh, whoops, there we go. So another thing to know about this matchup while he's resolving this is a pretty good start for Teklo, even though it took us a few turns to get meaningful cards here. And you can see his next hand will cast the leg piece. It took us a few turns to get something meaningful, but when we did, now we can potentially block out a bigger arrow. Now, unfortunately, your equipments will still be action cards, so it's not like you can use the full fridge to block this King Shark Harpoon, which is going to come in for 3 plus 4 plus 6, so it's going to come in for 13. And we're only going to be able to block 3 plus 2 on it. Yeah, we could pitch away our hand again. I wonder if he's thinking about that. Pitch away our hand, prevent gold. Let's see what he does. Yeah, pitch away our hand, prevent gold. I really like that. You weren't going to do anything meaningful with that hand anyway. You could have converted CNC, but he's going to steal the CNC out of your hand. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have thought about that. I want to mention that I think it's a good adjustment. James is playing really well, I would say. You know, Singularity is our win condition here. And by denying her gold, we are denying her the ability to arsenal whenever she wants. So now she has to arsenal at end of turn. And if for some reason she ends her turn without the ability to arsenal, she's not going to be able to attack. She'll lose all of her tempo. Codex of Frailty. Such an interesting card here. Is he going to commit the Ripple Away? Hold on. Let's go ahead and talk about his hand real quick, just before we see what he does. This hand blocks 4 with Shelter from the Storm, as well as 3 from the Evo Steel Soul Processor. So we can block 7 on whatever overpower shenanigans he has this turn for us. We could Ripple Away gold generation. So we'll see what he does. We could throw the CNC as well. Lots of good options. We could even cast our leg piece at instant speed and try and convert this CNC. I mean, there's a lot of different things that could happen here. Codex of Frailty. Getting back. If I had to guess, a King Shark Harpoon? Yeah. What are you thinking about? So long. I guess if I'm the Marlynn player here, what am I considering? I think I'm considering how do I continue keeping up the pressure? Because a problem this game is going to be if Marlynn doesn't pressure us every single turn, we're going to run away with the game. Because we'll be able to set up enough block that we can efficiently fatigue her out of harpoons. So I think Marlynn is really searching for her 3 of a kind, which I'm kind of shocked that she hasn't seen any yet, or maybe she's seen one and is holding on to it, but pitching away the Ripple Away. Sorry. Did I zone out there for a second? Why are we pitching away the Ripple Away? To the hero power. Now, is James planning on casting the leg piece at instant speed, drawing a card, playing Shelter? It's possible. I think James, in his mind here, he's like, how can I keep denying her gold? Which I really like, I want to say. Let's go and see what he does. It's really interesting. I haven't seen this play pattern before, but I like it a lot. So now we still block 7 on whatever overpowered, dominated garbage. Gold baited hook, sure. I think we kind of wish that we had that Ripple Away for the gold baited hook. Actually, I don't think that it would have worked, but maybe. All right, block 10 on it. Gold baited hook is going to make a gold. I'm starting to piece together why James sent me this. I think this is going to be an all-time banger game because he's invented a new strategy to beat Marlynn on Teklo. I just want to point that out. I had not heard anybody talk about this as a method of beating Marlynn before. This is new to me as well. I've played 200 games of Teklo. I have not seen someone use pitching so effectively to deny resources. So I really want to shout out that's awesome of James. Now we do see. Let me just pull this out real quick. We do see that we have a Steel Street Enforcement again. This is a blocking card, which means that it gets around Overpower. I would be looking to hold on to this Steel Street Enforcement until we can get full value out of it somehow. This hand blocks 3 from the equipped legs, plus 4 from Shelter, plus 3 from Steel Street Enforcement. So it blocks 10 on the face of it. If we held on to Steel Street for a few turns, this hand blocks 12. Or if we had a way to arsenal the Shelter, we would be creating insurance for a future turn to be able to block potentially a full arrow out. I do really want to cast this arm piece here, so I would be looking to block with the equipped legs that we have for 3, and then de-react this Shelter of the Storm, and then play out the arm piece, pitching the leg piece and Steel Street. So that's what I got. Let me see what James ends up doing. He's kind of changing the game here with the way that he's playing this matchup. Ooh, that is exactly what we didn't want to see. Codex of Frailty in the arsenal is going to strip a card out of our hand, meaning that we're not going to be able to convert this arm piece anymore. We have to change our plans. Oh, pitching away the gold right away. That's so unexpected. I guess he's searching for maybe pump spells for this inevitable King Shark Harpoon, but I would have played Codex of Frailty first there. Get my King Shark Harpoon and maybe end my turn. I don't know. All right, Codex of Frailty. I would discard the leg piece here. Leg piece is the least valuable. Maybe you discard the arm piece here. I could see that. If you discard the arm piece, that scrap compactor that you just put into the arsenal, you guarantee that you have access to it. So let's see what he does. Gold baited hook. He's going to overpower this next attack. Yeah, FST. What are you going to do? Yeah. Overpower. This is 10. Oh my god. The chosen one. Oh, let's talk about it before he does it. He is sending 10 very confidently here with his gold baited hook, because up until this point we haven't been able to block 10. This Steel Street Enforcement changes the game. This blocks 3, plus 3 from our legs, plus Shelter. We're going to fully block this here. Yeah, and we're going to banish this arm piece. This is huge. I mean, as a pivot turn, like, this Marlynn has been starved of gold this entire game. Hopefully she bricks and she puts a pump spell into her arsenal at the end of turn with that ponder token, but yeah. Yeah, so James is excitedly hovering over all the different things that he wants me to point out, which I'm very excited because, yeah, 2 Codex of Frailties down. He's got 1 to go. We haven't seen any 3 of a kind yet. I don't know if this version of the deck is on 3 of a kind. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Oh, okay, tech card time. You ready? The tech card here is Unmovable. Unmovable says if you play this from Arsenal, it gains +1, but it's a defense reaction 3 for 7. So it's a defense reaction 3 for 8 if you play it from Arsenal. That is going to be huge in this matchup. This basically guarantees that whatever arrow he throws next, we'll be able to fully block, which is awesome. Skull Wrap for Saltwater Swell. This is potentially very scary if that Saltwater Swell is able to get value. If the Swell does get value here, yeah, so coming in for 1, unfortunate. If his next card here is 3 of a kind, then we might be in serious trouble. Let's go ahead and see what happens here. I think from James's perspective, golden tipple. Golden tipple, make a gold. Yeah. He actually didn't make a gold, so he didn't discard a card here. Which, better for us. Oh my god! What? He ends his turn. That's crazy. Why did he just end his turn like that? He played golden tipple. Ends his turn. What could possibly be in Marlynn's hand right now? He's golden tipple. I guess he didn't realize that it wouldn't draw him a card unless he discarded. And maybe he didn't have a yellow to discard to it. I mean, this is great for us. If we look at our hand here, our hand casts our Evo arm piece out of banish. What I would do here is I would probably Evo arm piece, pitch away, Pummel, pitch away, Evo arm piece, Arsenal the unmovable, IP ourselves with the Shelter from the Storm. I mean, that's an awesome hand to have, especially following up Marlynn bricking. Let's go ahead and see what he does. Yeah, so he's going to do what I said. Awesome. Great minds think alike. And then Arsenal the unmovable, get that extra block value. This Scrap Hopper is going to help us convert this unmovable this turn. And then maybe we end up sending back this Humble. Let's see what happens here. This Terminator tank is also non-trivial, I would say. Okay, we're lining up a big shot here. Cross wraps. Is this the last King Shark Harpoon? I think it is, which is big for us. 3 of a kind, finally. Yeah. Now, did he do this correctly? I feel like the opponent Marlynn, well, okay. So what happened here? Sorry. The opponent Marlynn probably didn't have enough blue cards to convert this King Shark, but in doing this, he has basically guaranteed that he's not going to get value out of his 3 of a kind. He basically turned his 3 of a kind into a blue pitch there, or 2 blue pitch. 2 blue pitches. He turned his 1 3 of a kind into 2 blue pitch, just so that he could swing this King Shark Harpoon for 10, which, like I've said, we block 14 plus the big game. Yeah, so 14, which we block, by the way. Overpower, or the unmovable for 8, plus double D react here. Yeah. 2 plus 8 from Arsenal plus 4 from hand. Yeah. And what I would do with this next hand is probably play out this Humble. Actually, we can't play out the Humble, so maybe we just swing with Leveler, and then Arsenal the Terminator tank is what I would do. But oh my god, we just blocked 14 overpower. That's awesome. Yeah. That 40 life to 15 life no longer seems very daunting, does it? The fact that we're starting to, oh, and he's showing this right here. I want to highlight this right here. We've seen 3 D reacts, or 4 D reacts, and all 3 of our steel streets. So we've definitely used some of our power cards here. I think that's what James is highlighting on the screen, is we haven't seen any of our steel streets. We still have a few D reacts left, but this Terminator tank, we're hoping that it allows us to take tempo and not give tempo back up. Also, he might be looking to convert Singularity when he sees Singularity next, which it might be a little bit early, frankly. Oh, Oasis Respite. Okay, so this is kind of a D-react for us, in a weird sort of way. I could see us pitching into Oasis Respite. Okay, so he's giving Sea Lance Sarong, Redfin Harpoon go again here. That's fine. I could see us pitching into Oasis Respite and then blocking with an equipped Evo, because he's not going to Harpoon this Redfin. Oh, he did. So he did cannon this Redfin here, which, if he's giving it go again, I actually don't see why he did that. Yeah, Oasis, the Redfin. We're at a lower life, so we gain a life from it. Yeah, Redfin gets reduced by 4, or we're going to prevent 4. And then there are no red cards for him to steal anymore, meaning that this won't ever make a gold for him. And then we're going to take 4 damage. And then I think with this next hand, what we would ideally do is pitch into Leveler and then pitch into Terminator Tank and just disrupt him. I think we want to try and steal a card from his hand. We can't do anything productive with our hand anymore because of this overpowered attack for 11. Oh, and the last card that's coming at us, is this what, like a tipple? Or a 3 of a kind? Would be pretty good. Yeah, okay, so he misused it before, maybe, or used it in an unoptimal way. But this time, he's going to draw 3 cards and be able to play this Spire Sniping. Now, he would need to pitch into Spire Sniping here, which makes his hand pretty noticeably worse, I would say. This 3 of a kind was pretty lousy. I don't know if you feel that way, but he played one of his power cards to send 3 more damage that we blocked easily. If I'm James, I'm pretty happy about that. We blocked that pretty easily. James is counting the harpoons that are in the graveyard. I think he's trying to think about how many turns do we need to survive. And yeah, he is going to pitch into Teklo Leveler. I wonder if he is also going to play out Terminator Tank here. Yeah, he's saying, give me a card, please. You've been overpowering me, I'd like to overpower you. We only have 1 CNC left. Normally, a control sideboard would be running War Machine, but the Pummel list is not running War Machine, which is notable because it means that we can't prevent Marlynn from starting her turn with an arrow if she has one in Arsenal. Marlynn is going to block 6. I would not have expected that. She's also Blade Break. That's crazy. She's letting go of her Sealant Sarong and her Findle Spring Tunic. That is really weird. Okay, we do see our Singularity here. I think if I were James, I might pitch it away. We haven't seen a headpiece yet. It's pretty early. Oh, we see the last 3 of a kind. That's, I think, really good for us, depending on what happens here. We're likely only going to see 1 arrow for 10, and we have 2 D-Reacts in hand. It's all worse well. Yeah, we're going to try and pitch away a blue. We do pitch away a blue. That is a lot more scary, unfortunately. Yeah, swell for 1. We take it. And then 3 of a kind. Take aim. Yeah. Give it a +3. We no longer can block it with the cards in our hand. Let's see what James does. He might end up pitching away the Singularity and LCM. Yeah, he's going to end up pitching away this Singularity and this LCM to this Redfin Harpoon. Deny the gold, I think, is really key here. Oh, wait, that's wrong. Sorry, I was assuming that we would use our armor to block. But actually, ooh. Let's see, does James tuck the Singularity? I would tuck the Singularity here. I think this is really early to say Singularity. Oh, he's going to keep it. Okay, he's going to keep it in Arsenal. We'll see how long that stays in Arsenal here. So interesting. This is such an interesting matchup. Marlynn's, like you've probably seen at this point, it's a hard matchup for Teklo. Next hand is pretty defensive. We have 2 Fate Foreseens, an LCM red, and a Fabricate. Ideally, we would be blocking 11 with Fate Foreseen, LCM, Fate Foreseen. We could convert the LCM by pitching Fabricate into it. Let's see what ends up happening. So at this point, Marlynn has run out of a lot of her gas. This Redfin Harpoon is coming in for 4 from the cannon, plus I believe 3 from the big game shot. Okay. James is blocking 3. Hold on. So James converted his Fabricate here to get 1 more block value out of this Evo arm piece. On this overpowered attack, I wonder if he's going to revert this, because I actually don't see how this is better than him blocking with LCM, because this Redfin Harpoon is going to steal LCM out of his hand anyway. I wonder if he sees it. Yeah, he's going to undo it. What mode are you choosing here, though? Yeah? Oh, I guess he's just honoring the fact that he did that here, which is totally fine. Oh, no, actually, he wants to get rid of the Fabricate because he wants to deny the gold generation, which makes a lot of sense. He's not able to deny the big game trophy shot here, but that's okay. Yeah. All right. What is James thinking at this point? Let's go and pull up what his current hand is. Let's talk about his chances of winning. So James just drew into a hand that converts his last piece of Evo armor here, the Evo headpiece. I think if I was James, I was pretty happy to see this at this point. Although we need to not see a disruptive harpoon this turn. Like, pray with me. We don't see a disruptive harpoon this turn, because that's going to make things a lot more awkward for us. This Singularity being stuck in our arsenal is biting us in the butt in a meaningful way. The fact that if we get disrupted this turn, we're going to have to IP ourselves or wait for one of our scrap hoppers to be able to even cast the headpiece. So I wonder what he ends up doing, because we kind of need to play this one by ear. We need to see what Marlynn is doing in order to have a meaningful guess at what we're going to do. Oh, I didn't even realize she doesn't start her turn with a harpoon. That's amazing. And, oh, okay. She drew off gold and was able to find a harpoon. Pretty lucky, I would say. She makes a gold kiss run. So what this means for us is, yeah, she's going to pitch double blue into that and overpower the bluefin harpoon for 8. This is what I was saying. If we had if we had not arsenaled this Singularity here, we could have probably comfortably blocked this. Well, actually, the fact that the bluefin harpoon has a chance of making gold, maybe what we're going to do here is block with the Evo headpiece, pitch away both the red and yellow. Well, actually, block with Evo headpiece, take 3, pitch away the blue LCM, and then pitch LCM into Teklo leveler, I think is the best play here. Let's see what he ends up doing. Bluefin Harpoon is going to steal a card. Ooh. So I disagree with this, I think. I would have definitely blocked with headpiece here, because it makes it accessible to us with the scrap hopper. The fact that we're pitching it away here means that we can't get it back with scrap hopper. So that graveyard is like a second hand for us when we're on control. So I would say that this one was a misplay. But let's see what ends up happening. Because James has been playing so well up until this point that I could see him turning this around for sure. It's anyone's game at this point, which is kind of a crazy thing to say when you're staring down a 30 life deficit, but oh my god. Let me just shout out really quick. James is kind of hovering his mouse trying to highlight something here. He got bailed out by his deck immediately. I don't know if he caught this, but he drew an Evo headpiece that he just pitched away in his very next hand with a scrap hopper. He would have been punished right away if his deck didn't save him here. Because if that was any other blue, he would not be able to use the scrap hopper, right? Okay, let's go and look at it. Whoops. Okay. What have we got here? We played a seafloor salvage, make a gold. I think he turned over a card in our graveyard, that Pummel, and then he's going to pitch away a gold. Hopefully he doesn't draw into a harpoon here. We're getting to a point with Marlynn that it's becoming more and more likely that she isn't going to be able to convert her hands. She got lucky here. It looks like she drew a 3 blue hand and a harpoon, which is a perfect hand for her. Ooh. Nice. Yeah, so what James is doing here, prevent 4 damage. Oh. I guess that's all right. Maybe I would have done this one slightly differently. Yeah. He's trying to make up for the fact that he made this mistake last turn. If I scroll back just a little bit here, you can see here. Ooh, okay. You can see here. He had the ability to put an Evo headpiece into the graveyard, and because he didn't do that, you can see here, he's actually going to miss out on 2 damage on this next turn. So, not 2 damage. If you look at the fact that he could have had an Evo headpiece in graveyard here, he could have done this same block. Let's see what he does. Okay, he could have done this same block with headpiece Pummel, but I guess Bluefin Harpoon will steal a card from his hand. Yeah, maybe it was okay. Yeah, he did get disrupted perfectly here. I'll mention that. Unfortunate, but that's okay. Ooh, let's just go ahead and count. I know James is counting. So what I see here, top row, we've seen 2 harpoons. Next row, we've seen 5 harpoons. Next row, we've seen 3 harpoons. We are getting really low as far as harpoons in his deck. We know that the other Codex of Frailty is on the bottom of his deck as well. So if he does run out of harpoons, he will be fatigued, right? No more 3 of a kind. He has 2 more Yellowfin, but Yellowfin don't really disrupt us. Oh my god. Did he get bailed out again? Another scrap hopper? That's crazy. James got very lucky here. Ideally, what happens is that Marlynn ran out of gas, and she is not able to convert a harpoon this turn. So, big game trophy shot. Just drew Marlynn a card. I think the fact that she didn't automatically click here means that she didn't draw into a. Oh, she did. Okay, she did draw into a King Kraken Harpoon, pitching away Codex of Frailty. All right, King Kraken Harpoon for 10, but it's not overpower, meaning we can block Infinity on this one. Pitching away, blocking with Pummel and Steel Soul Memory. Yeah. Blocking 9. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to revert this. What he wants to do here is block leg piece, arm piece, sink below, pummel, and then on his turn, he wants to go pitch leveler, scrap hopper. Does that make sense? So what he ended up doing that was incorrect was he ended up blocking sink below, headpiece, pummel for 9, but the line that I described, which was leg piece, arm piece, sink below, pummel, blocks 10. So it would perfectly block him out. That's what we're about to see happen. And then scrap hopper, banish the last remaining piece, setting us up to cast Singularity on the next turn that that he stumbles. James? Okay, I disagree with this play. Maybe it's okay. But you're missing out on 2 damage here, which I would say is non-trivial, but that's fine. Maybe he wanted to save some block on the leg piece. That's totally fine for the next arrow that she throws, because the leg piece basically is a card in hand that blocks 2 here. So non-trivial. Okay, I see you. I see you, James. All right. If I am James in this scenario, I'm actually kind of happy at this point. Look at that. It's a hand that casts our Evo headpiece. That's awesome. It also has Ripple Away if we wanted to deny a gold generation. As a Terminator tank that we'd love to pitch away, we're just hoping that she doesn't disrupt us this turn. I'm pretty happy if I am James. Marlynn has to be getting close to getting fatigued out of arrows. Yellowfin Harpoon on a turn when we have 2 yellows in hand is a little rough, I'll be honest with you. We're probably going to pitch away one of those yellows. Oh. Whoa. Okay, I did not see this one. Let me revert just a little bit and we can take a look at this hand. Okay, our hand going into this. So when does James make this decision here? James sees Yellowfin Harpoon. He sees he's got 2 yellows in hand, and he says, oh man, I would hate to give gold this turn. So he pitches away Ripple Away. I did not see this line. Let me just say that. He pitches away Ripple Away, and then casts the Evo headpiece with the 2 yellows in his hand. He's going to preserve both yellows. He's going to deny gold this turn, and he's going to equip the final piece. That was very good. I just want to say, good job, James. That was awesome. Pummel also blocks an additional 2 here, which is non-trivial, I would say. Yeah, block Pummel. Do it. Yeah, block Pummel. There you go. Take 3. Go to 5. Take 3, go to 5, but fully equipped for the inevitable Singularity turn here. Very optimistic about this, I'll say. No. Yeah, that makes sense. The reason why you would pitch away Terminator tank here is you don't want to IP yourself. He needs 2 blues, so he wants the highest chance possible that his next hand has 2 blues in it. James is pointing out the fact that he has used all of his defense reactions at this point. So I think there's still Fabricate left in the deck, though. Fabricate could be non-trivial. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this hand technically converts Singularity here. And he did show us a Searing Shot, but Searing Shot cannot... I thought that the Overpower cannon didn't affect non-harpoons. Am I misunderstanding? It has to be a harpoon, so he is pitching into his harpoon cannon on accident here. Or maybe he wants to discard, he wants to cycle away his hand. That shouldn't be right. Sorry? Did I misread that? It's a Searing Shot. Why is that gaining the benefit of the harpoon? I guess it didn't have Overpower. Okay. So the cannon there, it only gives it overpower if it's a harpoon. Duh. Okay, makes sense. This next hand converts Terminator Tank, which is awesome. I think things might seriously start swinging in our favor here. Yeah, Terminator Tank for 9. 9 overpowered really flips flips the script here on this Marlynn player. Yeah, a 3-card Marlynn hand is significantly worse than a 4-card Marlynn hand when she doesn't have an arsenal. She has no gold, no arsenal. She's running out of things to play. Frankly, she is very close to being fatigued here. And we have a hand that casts Singularity. Oh my god! Let me just. Marlynn is ending turn when we have 4 cards in hand. This is beautiful. I I don't even know what to say because we're gonna pitch this maybe Ripple Away into Teklo Leveler, deal 3 damage, cast Singularity, pitching away both Evo pieces into arsenaling this Command and Conquer. Yeah. This game's over now, by the way. We're gonna see it in action, but this game just ended. This is awesome. I mean, James, I think you played really well. I think I only counted 2 kind of obvious misplays. Um, but other than that, like, I think you did an awesome job. He's deciding between putting both Terminator tanks back in or doing a Terminator tank in LCM red. I think 2 Terminator tanks is perfectly fine in this situation. Singularity. Why does his hero say Singularity? That's so funny. His hero is Teklovossen Mecropotent. And when it attacks, Mecropotent forces the opponent to discard before they even block. So Marlynn, no matter what happens this turn, is going to end the turn with 2 cards in hand and 1 card in arsenal. Now, if both those cards are blue cards, she could still send an overpower attack. But our hero blocks 6 now. Isn't that awesome? Ooh, Command and Conquer. That's so interesting here. So what James is doing is he is saying, I am going to allow you to have another card in hand. Man, what a heads up play. Let me actually just shout this out. James is saying, I'm going to let you have your cards in hand, destroy your arsenal. It actually does the same thing. If you think about what the end result is Marlynn is still going to have 3 cards in her hand at the end of turn, but now we're denying the fact that she will have an arsenal. Very heads up play. I would have missed that. So count that as 2 things I think James did wrong, and then James can say 2 things that I would have done wrong at this point. Yeah. Marlynn's going to block 2. I don't think that she can convert a meaningful hand. Harpoon for what? 4? Which our hero power blocks perfectly. Oh my god. We have a Terminator tank plus a Pummel. This is going to be brutal. Let's go ahead and take a look. Watch the beauty in action here. Terminator tank for 9. Go again. Yeah, go again. I love it. Yeah, block 3. 3 cards in hand. You're not out of this, Marlynn. I believe in you. James is so impatient here because he's like, I want to play the Pummel. Let me play the Pummel. It's so perfect because he goes, yeah, because he goes Pummel on top, humble, pitch away humble, into pitch into the hero power, attack for 6. So this was an attack for 15 plus 3, so an attack for 18. And he's going to end the turn with no cards in hand. Talk about a tempo swing. We were 30 life down this game, right? Oh, you're passing? You're passing? James, James, you'd better pummel him. That's all I'll say. Is you'd better pummel him for the fans. You'd better pummel him. What is the other player doing? Why are they taking such a long time? Did it freeze? It could have frozen. Let me just. Oh, you know, they might be salty roping him. I didn't even consider this. Oh my god, they did! James, you're a legend. Oh my god, James! What a legend. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh my god. What were the cards left in deck? Yeah, they did have an arrow in hand, but they couldn't pitch into the gold into having an arrow. They wouldn't have known this, but they would have gotten a Codex of Frailty back, which would have gotten them back like a King Shark Harpoon, but they wouldn't have been able to cast it. So uh, that's how you fatigue a Marlin. Oh my god. What a game. Thank you, James, for sending me that VOD. I hope that my commentary made sense. I was watching it for the first time. I swear to God. That was awesome, though. Let me do my shout outs. I want to say thank you so much to James for sending me that video. I thought it was awesome. James is a really important member of our community. Let me shout out the community. We have a Teklovossen specialist Discord, which James and I are both a part of, that we discuss all the wacky variants. I mean, we came up with Pummel, we came up with Zandranel, came up with Boost, and Lil Gherkin is coming up with Fatigue, Life Gain, which is really weird, but it's a really good time to be a Teklo player. I really appreciate you guys. Let me know if you have any thoughts, comments, whatever. If you have VODs that you want me to review, I'll review any Teklo VOD that you send me within reason, assuming you're trying to win the game. Yeah, let me know. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed. All right. Bye.